Hello everyone, thank you so much for sticking with this 4-part series building up to Pincha or forearm stand. If you haven't watched the first 3 videos on shoulder mobility, core strength, and hamstring flexibility, I would suggest just give those a quick little run through. They're 20 minutes each, but it will really get your body ready to go upside down and to hopefully find some ease within this challenging posture. But fret not if you didn't have an hour to practice and you still want to give it a try. We're going to do a quick warm-up and then we'll give it a couple of attempts. I would suggest setting yourself up close to a wall if you are brand new, or even if you're just kind of slowly starting to find a little bit of a hover. A wall is a great prop to work with, as well as a chair if you have one handy, and a block. So once you get yourself situated, just find yourself into a seated position. You can cross your legs, you can sit on your heels like I am, and we'll just take a few rolls of the shoulders to begin. If you like, you can close down your eyes. And just begin to get into your body. So notice the sensation of stretch that's going, from the front of the shoulders to the back. As you take these circles at a pace that feels good for you. And then on an inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend your elbows, palms face forward, scapula pull together. So stay here for a moment and spread through your fingers. Try to keep your low belly drawn in so we're not flaring through the ribs. We want to encourage a long line of energy, our tailbone and the crown of the head in opposite directions for this variation of Pincha. There are other variations where you're in a hollow back or in a bent back, kind of a banana shape. But with this one, for the integrity of the posture, I just find it's a little bit more sustainable to come into the straight line. It's a little bit more challenging, but just pausing here for another breath, really continuing to open up through the chest without flaring the ribs. So the low belly draws in, there's an activation there. And then just a couple times we're going to turn the fingers down. So the palms are facing towards the wall behind you, and then back up. So fingers up towards sky, and then fingers down, palms back. So your elbows are in line with your shoulders, and you're just taking this kind of swinging motion with the hands up and down, kind of like you're fanning, as if there's somebody in front of you and you're fanning them. Starting to feel a little bit more warmth in the shoulders. A couple more seconds here. Let's go 2 more. And 1 more. Good, reach the arms up, take a deep breath in, interlace your fingers and then flip your palms towards the sky. Again, try not to flare your ribs, keep your low belly drawn in. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, a little lean over to your right, so just lengthening through your left side body. As you breathe in, bring yourself back up. And then as you exhale, a little lean over towards your opposite side, left side, stretching on the right side body. 1 more time, inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up, and exhale over. Good, inhale, come to center, and release the hands down by your sides, and just do 3 more rolls of the shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down. Great, we're gonna come down onto our seat and extend our legs just a little bit in front of us with the knees bent. We're gonna do a little bit of boat to warm up the core. Keeping the spine nice and long, roll the shoulders back. You can catch the back of your thighs, or you can use your hands on the floor for a little bit of stability as you first come up. You want to bring the knees together and the inner arch of the foot together. Hold here, try not to compromise the low back here. So we want to keep the tiny little natural arch in the low back, keeping the low belly drawn in, and then maybe just floating those arms. Shoulders relax down, belly button drives in, chest is open. You can stay here or interlace your fingers and then take a little Russian twist side to side. So nice and slow and controlled, one elbow's coming down towards the floor and then switching. If it's too much, you can always put your feet on the ground. You'll still feel the work in the core happening. Couple more seconds. You got it. Let's go 1 more each side. Great, come to center, scoot yourself a little bit further back so your feet are extended out in front of you, and pull the flesh of your bum back so you're nice and grounded on those sitting bones. Inhale your arms up towards the sky, Get nice and long through your side body. Low belly draws in. As you exhale, reach as far forward as you can, so working those hamstrings. Letting your hands land wherever they land. If you can comfortably touch your toes, maybe gently pulling back on the toes, so you're stretching out the soles of the feet and the ankles. And then on an inhale, lengthen the spine again, roll your shoulders back. And as you exhale, maybe find just a little bit more depth. Inhaling to lift back up, re-lengthen, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, maybe finding just a little bit more depth. One more time, inhale, coming maybe halfway up, rolling the shoulders back, getting long through the spine. And as you exhale, folding down. Good, as you breathe in, bring yourself up, soles of the feet together, knees wide in a diamond shape. So the legs are nice and far away from you, or the heels are. And then as you breathe in, open your chest up, roll your shoulders back. As you exhale, round through your upper back, the mid back, and the low back. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. Just twice more with your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Last one here, create space in the front of the body. And exhale, create some space in the back of the body. Great, inhale, bring yourself to neutral. We're gonna find our way onto our forearm, So coming into a forearm plank. I like to bring my hands just around my triceps like this, and then bring the hands down onto the floor, either palms on the ground or interlacing the hands or palms together. So lots of different options you can take here. But just ensuring that the elbows are underneath the shoulders is really important. And then coming into a plank, forearm plank to start. Your feet will reach back. You want your heels over top of your toes, and your core nice and strong here. So think about sending your tailbone towards your heels, and the crown of your head just forward in front of you. Low belly draws in and up, glutes are engaged. Just pausing here for a couple of breaths. Keep pressing into your elbows so you're not collapsing in your chest. Just a few more seconds. Really think about corseting in your ribs, your navel, your obliques are working, back core is working. Got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, keep breathing, and 1. Good job. Knees are gonna come down. Give yourself a brief moment in child's pose. We're gonna do that again. This time walking into our dolphin shape. So 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Plant your forearms on the ground. Make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Find your plank, your forearm plank to start. And then in one swift action, you're gonna start to lift your hips up, walk your feet in. So it's kind of like a down dog shape, only obviously the elbows are on the floor. We want to think about driving our chest towards our thighs, pressing into the elbows, and lots of people like to look at the floor when they go into forearm stand. I prefer to look at my feet, but I have enough space between the top of my head and the ground to do that. So you can play around with what works for you. You're going to start to lift the heels up, coming to the tips of the toes, and then lowering the heels down. Lifting up to the tips of the toes, navel draws in, heels come down. Watch that your elbows aren't splaying out. Let's do that one more time. To the tips of the toes, heels come down. Let your knees come down to the floor. And then we're going to take our chair. We're going to try to go upside down. And then if you don't need the chair, we're going to do a couple without the chair. So let's bring the chair on our mat. So the seat is facing towards you. You can have a blanket here just for a little extra cushion. You're basically just going to come into a tabletop position to start with your, not really tabletop, a forearm tabletop. You can have a block handy if you've been working with one for that first part of the class with our shoulder mobility. So the hands are going to be about a hand space away from the wall. The fingertips are facing towards the wall. You might need to move your chair around a little bit, but that's okay. Your elbows are on the ground underneath your shoulders. Again, you can find out by taking your hands to your triceps. And then as you're ready, you're going to slowly start to lift yourself up into a dolphin shape. Pressing down into your elbows. Lift one foot onto the chair towards the part of the chair that's closest to you, and then the other foot. And then you can start to lift your hips a little bit higher over top of your shoulders. Try to keep your shoulders in line with your elbows. And then if you're feeling good here, maybe come to the tips of your toes and start to lift one leg up. You can start to hover the toes that's on the ground, or on the chair wall, that's great. You can pause there. You can use this little split leg position to help you find your balance. You can do that a couple of times, take breaks as you need. Always lowering down one foot at a time. And then pausing in a child's pose. So we're gonna take just a moment here. You can roll your wrists, roll your shoulders. Gonna try that again, this time trying to get both of the feet up. And again, really important when you come down, one leg at a time. So try to keep one leg rooted upwards. If you're ready to come out, that bottom leg can lead the way and you can come down with grace. So let's try that one more time. Your hand can be on your blocks or you can be holding on whatever variation feels good for you. You're gonna start to find your way into your dolphin shape. You'll walk your feet up onto your seat of your chair. First, try to get your hips over top of your shoulders. Let's lead with the other leg this time. So one leg lifts up as the other one stays down. Keep the leg down until you find a hover, until you find some balance. And then you can start to bring the other leg up. And you can use the wall to support you. If you're feeling balanced here, maybe eventually you can start to bring the feet together, coming off of the wall, keeping the core strong. Remembering that that wall is behind you. When you're ready to come out, lead with one foot. Again, finding child's pose. Some days are better than others. Some days I have no problem floating up without, a whole lot of challenge, and then other days it's a whole new world. So give yourself some time and some patience in between. And for those of you that want to try and up the chair, feel free to move it off to the side. We don't want to be hopping up with a whole lot of momentum. We want to use our strength to come into these shapes. But if you're new to the practice, obviously a little bit of a hop up is kind of required or mandatory to get yourself up. Just making sure that when you're hopping, you are keeping integrity in your shoulders and you're strong in your core. So not hopping up with no awareness. So as you're ready, again, you can be using your block. You can take whatever variation feels good with your hands. For this one, I'm going to bring the palms together. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Finding dolphin to start. Low belly draws in. Walk the feet as close towards the hands, making sure that your shoulders aren't going in front of your elbows. You want them stacked over top. Then lift your toes up. Lift one leg up at a time. Find a hover, find a balance. Use the wall for support if you need it. If you don't today, awesome. If you do, that's great too. If you do have your legs together, a gentle squeeze of the ankles and the knees. Keeping the low belly drawn in. When you're ready to come out, try to come down with as little falling as possible. But do your best. Pause in child's pose. Roll your shoulders. Do this as many times as you like, making sure that you're taking breaks and just being patient with your body. It takes a really long time to come into these shapes with effortless and ease. So keep practicing, keep going, and let me know how this workshop class supported you and how it helped. And if you have any requests for any other postures, let me know. Thanks so much for practicing.